And we're back with 843 TV, and I'm sitting here with James Williams, who's the executive director. And, we're having this conversation about all the programs that happens here with the agency. So I know you sat earlier with Lisa, and she talked about, broad stroke about what you do, but I'd like to continue the conversation about your Head Start program, because that is such an important part of the development of these young little kids.
Absolutely. Here at Beaufort-Jasper EOC, we do have Head Start and Early Head Start, impacting children from birth to 5. And what's so unique about this program is that it is designed solely for children and families at 100% of the federal poverty guideline. These are considered the most disadvantaged children in our community. And because of their flight in life of trying to get them prepared to enter kindergarten at the same rate of children that may come from a more exuberant household background. So our program is designed to help and prepare them for kindergarten through a curriculum-based, outcome-driven platform that provides holistic wraparound services.
And so how do you reach the children?
Well, we have a very intense recruiting process. Obviously, we use social media, television, radio, and we have workers who are out, service workers who are out in the community, meeting the families where they are through faith-based organizations, local community centers, to let them know that we are here and available. And we use a process where we should do online and face-to-face applications so that the families can apply, and we enroll them as they come all throughout the year for the upcoming school year.
Okay, so do they come to here? Do they come to a program? Do they get picked up, dropped off?
Well, we do provide transportation services for those households because, as we know, in the low-income community, transportation is one of the largest hurdles that they face. So we provide full transportation services for all of the Head Start programs. Now, the early Head Start programs, which are those from birth to 2 years old, and some of the 3-year-olds, they are brought by their parents into our centers.
That's a really important time in life, just because these little kids are starting to learn their words. I mean, my son actually had ear infections all the time. So at 2 years old, he had a delay in hearing. So his auditory was delayed. So he got got him some therapy for his learning how to speak again. And that really, within 6 months, he was talking so much, and I think that's important.
Well, that's a great point that you bring up, and that's why that every child in our program is given, within the first 45 days, they're evaluated to see if they have any deficiencies in learning, any challenges that needs to be identified, so they can receive whatever special care they may need. Not only are they evaluated for any type of learning blocks, but also medical and physical, dental, because all these things can pose a blockage for a young child learning. We're proud that in our program, we even have prenatal mothers who are eligible for our program if they are in that income base, so that we can start preparing them even before the child is born to enter into our program.
I mean, it's even the simple things as a toothache, or, and having that, and that little child doesn't know why they're in pain all the time, but they're acting out because they're in pain all the time. So providing these services and giving that little child the opportunity, that's wonderful.
Wow, and you have great knowledge. We should bring you on board and let you help us. But that is so true, because they have not yet learned to use their words. So they act out and they show through, temper tantrums. And and it's not that they're just having a temper tantrum, but there needs some attention. So our holistic services, where we're providing those individuals to go into the households and find out why that child may be acting out, not only just from what they do in the classroom, but how their home life is as well. Food and nutrition, which has a big impact on your learning capabilities. So we make sure that our children are receiving the most wholesome and nutritious meals every day. We also provide those services for the families as well.
I think that's terrific. So if somebody's listening to us, or somebody knows somebody who needs some help, how do they go about it?
Oh, absolutely. They can obviously go to our website, that is BJEOC.org, or they can call us at any time at 843-255-7220, and we will have someone be in touch with them within 24 hours.
So as you said here, and you've been part of this program now for 5 years, correct? Yes. What have been some of the challenges?
Well, I think that one of the biggest challenges that we face is that, those households, those families that live in low-income environments sometimes become invisible to the general public. We live in a very thriving area that's full of tourism and growth, and we sometimes forget that there's a large population within our community that is in need. And so one of the biggest challenges is bringing that to the forefront of the community, the elected officials, so that they don't forget that there's people in the community that needs assistance.
And do you find that community, they're bashful, or they don't feel comfortable to ask for help? Do you find any of those issues?
Well, here in the Lowcountry, on the coast, we're a very prideful community.
Yes.
So no one wants to receive a handout. And so, I do find that sometimes that we have to meet the families where they are and understand that everyone need support. And we try to give it in the best and most unimposing way possible.
Well, I think it's a lot. I mean, I'm inspired by the program. You've been here for 5 years. So tell me about, well, now you spoke a little bit with Lisa about one of the success stories, but tell me a little bit more about what do you see moving forward?
Well, growth. One thing another challenge that we face is that there are more children, more families that are in a situation that needs support than we can handle. So we want to grow, through partnerships, through donations. We want to grow our program so we can help more families.
Well, this is terrific. Well, James, thank you so much. And we will be back with more 843 TV. And Lisa's coming back into the seat because you have more to talk about.
Thank you.